Alright, I'm just starting the live now. I was gonna try to set up the background, but I don't really. This is my first time doing the live, and it's been a while, a couple months probably. Yeah, I think it's been about 3 months. I didn't really see it necessary to do anything, any updates or anything on the status of what's going on. But currently, I got a lot that's transpired within the past couple months. Been releasing a lot of music. I released, well, actually, this year, I released 3 projects. First one I released and actually, I released this will be my 5th upcoming project I'll be releasing. But anyways, Figuccio that Don. If you're not familiar with my work, or if you haven't visited my channel, and mainly what I do is I do music videos, I do music video editing, I do music editing, and overall promotion. And I have somewhat of a label. It's Figuccio Studios. And the goal is to get artists together and to develop them and promote their music, and another avenue for artists so that they can develop and get their music recognized, and allow people to see them, and to just put them in a position to succeed. And I'm just laying the groundwork right now. That's what I've been doing, and it's gone a lot farther, faster than I thought it would. And up to this point, there was another live I did that I was talking about signing an artist, which I did sign one at one point, and that was back in Chicago. That was it was probably about August. I think it was August, or actually it was the end of July that I signed somebody, and that's still in progress. I have a lot of things in the work right now, but at this moment in time, I'm releasing the Gametime official video tonight, and Gametime's been one of my personal favorites right now, of the songs that I've done. Yeah, I'm a fan of my music, so that's what drives me as well. It's not just like I enjoy making music because it's therapeutic and all this stuff, and which it is, and that's a part of it too, and that's where it started. So I can't forget those roots, but it got to a point where I began to actually enjoy the music that I was creating, and I listened to my music. I'd say my biggest fan of my music. And yeah, Gametime. There's been a lot of songs. Really, I've probably at this point I've been making the best songs I've ever made. Just overall quality. Talking about the quality of the music, and I would say the quality of the songs, just the overall mixes as well. Because I went through a long process of figuring out, and it's still an ongoing process. That's the thing about mixing that, to me, I always struggle with, because there's not like a one set way to do it. It's like every song that you get is different, and the way it was recorded is different, and the way that it was done, and the person that did the actually recorded it, laid down the vocals, it's different every time. Even if it's the same person, it's different because they're in a different headspace, they're closer to the mic, they're farther away, so there's a bunch of different variables to consider. But I'm satisfied with what I have now. I've recorded the past month. I gotta say, as far as the quality of the songs that I created and the overall volume of the amount of music is just, I've never had both. I would like record a lot, and then maybe I'd record a bunch, and maybe I get like one song added there that I was like, oh yeah, I really like that song. But this, like, the past couple months that I got, and I've been recording, it's been like, I have so many songs where I'm like, these are like, and of course there's ones that I know, like, okay, these ones are special, really special, but I'm getting a lot more songs where I'm just like satisfied, like that's a good song. It's just like a good song. I know it's a good song. Whereas there'd be some songs where I just be like, that song is terrible. Like, I would never want anybody to even hear, even see the light of day of it. Um, but I got that. So I'm releasing Game Time, but Game Time is actually off of the mixtape 92992. That was kind of like what started this new run of tapes because I was at a point where it was, when was it? Well, like I said, I released Cold Front. Well, in January, so January a year ago, I released Dawn of the Dawn 2. So that was the second one in the series of Dawn of the Dawns. And so Dawn of the Dawn 2, I released in January. Then in February, I released Cold Front. And then after Cold Front, I released a single here and there. And I wasn't in a good place. I mean, I was more focused on the state of the company more so, like what was going on with it. If I was gonna like really actually like officially make it an LLC, I was going back and forth, which I did, but it definitely didn't plan out the way that I would have thought it did. And so what happened was I released Cold Front, and had other things going on. I was doing investments, and the music, although it was still a part of like my daily routine, I kind of just, I don't know, I didn't really see the vision anymore. I didn't see like, okay, like as far as the quality I was getting, I was like, I don't think that this could really be something that I would continue to do and to even like profit off of it in any way. So I just put it down. I put the music down, and not really like down, but it was like I wasn't like truly actually considering pursuing it anymore. But then I had like a song here and there, and I had Tucked. Tucked to me. Once I had Tucked, which it was strange how Tucked even came about, the song Tucked. I had it actually funny. It was like tucked in my phone because I recorded it one day. I think it was after I went to the studio the one day, and I came back from the studio. And then what I did was I just laid down something on a beat, and I was like, all right, let's just put it together. And then I uploaded on my phone, and then I don't know. I was like, for some reason, I wanted to record a video one night, and so I recorded the video, and then I uploaded it. I think it was the same night. Like I spent all night on the video, and I was really happy with the video because that's something I've been dabbling in, and that's really developed a lot more too. I mean, you could look at the videos, some of the videos. There's a process. That's the thing. Like I could look at the videos now, and I'm like, oh man, not good. But if I would really like look at them at that point in time and judge them in that way, then I would just think like, okay, I wouldn't even want to continue making music videos. But for some reason, I continued to make the videos, and it was like, still another passion, and it's grown. It's right up there with the music making. Now I enjoy making the videos as much as I do the music. So I put equal amount of time. I mean, I've done over, as far as music videos goes, I've done over, I don't know, what is this, maybe over 20. I've probably done at least 30 music videos by now. I do it all, I just put my head down and I just construct it all together, and I've gotten a lot better content, and the qualities of the recordings are better, it's been the same with the music as well too. So I'm pleased with that. And yeah, so right now there's just so much going on, and I figured now this is a time where I've been doing a lot more promotion. So now I think it's time to start the lives up now, which I feel like that was the last thing. To me, I had to get everything else in order before I would do the lives, because it's like, all right, the process is like struggling, and plus I'm so focused on everything else I'm doing, like the lives are kind of like the least important to me. I mean, like it's good, like obviously it's not really like the least important, but I'd say that I need to get everything else to be in a position where I could do this and completely focus on it, because I'm using all my energy for everything else, or else that stuff wouldn't. I whenever I'm doing something, I devote like the 100% of myself into it whenever I'm doing it. And so it's like I can't just like be doing this and then going that. That's why it was so hard for me to kind of go back and forth from the music videos and stuff. But now I've gotten in a groove where I'm like, okay, today I'm gonna do the music, and then tomorrow I do the music videos. And what was I doing today? I was mixing. So it's like, I could do three different, like I got three different jobs that I'm doing. And it's all getting better. It's just improved because it's every day. I just consistently just do it. I mean, that's the only thing you can do, and that's what at this point that's where I just see everything going towards that way. Now, so like I said, I'm releasing game tonight, and yeah, this is one of my favorite songs. I mean, it came on my 9/29/92 album, which I released that on my birthday. I was born 9/29/92, so it was like and the birthday always stuck in my mind, like the nines and stuff. For some reason, the nines, and I see that like as like a theme. Um, so then that really was what. Well, actually, okay. So like I said, I released the Tucked back in, I want to say it was April. I released that song, and that was the music video, and I was satisfied with that, and I really enjoyed. That's kind of, if I wouldn't have got released Tucked and have been happy with it, which a lot of people don't really like that song, but to me, the space that I was in when I made that song, and kind of what it meant to me at that time, it motivated me to continue to pursue the music. And so that to me is why I like Tucked, and I just like it as far as the sound goes. It's like a mixture. I mean, some of the bars on it are a little corny. That's what I see it as, but the overall song, I still like the hook. The hook, and it's short and it's sweet to the point. But Tucked kind of like set everything off and gave me that motivation to continue to pursue it. And throughout that time, I recorded a lot of music, but none of it to me was hitting. Like there were songs here and there, but nothing where I was like, oh wow, I really improved. And then it was July, and then once July came, I got another song. It was called Miracle. I called it Miracle. And it was around when that Hurricane Wisdom, he dropped the song, and it was actually him, believe it or not, Hurricane Wisdom, that when he dropped that song, I looked up a beat and it inspired me, and it inspired Miracle. So really, it was could thank Hurricane Wisdom for that one. And once I got that one, then that continued to give me more motivation. And if it wasn't for Miracle, then I probably wouldn't have went to Chicago, because my whole point of going to Chicago was to perform. So what I did was I ended up going to Chicago, and I had somebody pick me up, somebody that I knew, and he was a rapper as well. Well, he is a rapper as well. So he picked me up and went down to Chicago, and my whole intention was to go and perform. I didn't end up performing because I just didn't end up going to the show. And then yeah, I didn't end up going to the show. And then what it was, I brought my equipment down there, and me and him linked up in Chicago before, and I've known him for years. Anyway, his name's Sosa Four Times. That's the artist that ended up signing him, and we got some stuff coming out soon. But right now, I'm trying to get what I got out of the way. But Sosa Four Times, he got some stuff coming. We got some stuff in the works, but I think that's kind of like some stuff that I don't think people are ready for. It's something new. and I kind of wanted to get what I got to get off, so that I can like entirely focus on his career and promote him, which I was promoting him a little bit, but at this point, I just think it's better to have everything more organized. Which right now, and if I wouldn't have focused on what I've been doing now and everything that I've been accomplishing, then it wouldn't have worked out the way that it needs to. So I'm grateful for that. And yeah, at this point, it's so like I said. Then once I released, yeah, there's so much I could probably go on here and talk for hours, which everything that's transpired. And yeah, so I came back from Chicago and I was hell bent, and there was a specific song from Sosa Four Times that I was like willing to put my own career to the side just for him because of the talent that I saw in him. So there was a reason why I signed him, because if I wouldn't have, it wouldn't have been because of any reason other than I saw something in him. Because my intention going to Chicago was not to sign him. There wasn't even a thought in my mind. But once I went down there and what he presented me, I saw an opportunity, and I think it could be beneficial for the both of us. But that's going to happen later on. I'm pushing that off for a little bit more. I got to wait for some things to develop. But ultimately, what I'm doing right now is I got my own plan. He's still in the works, and that's, I fully entirely, and we agreed on the way that we want to roll his music. So it's not just like I'm just mainly focused on, me, and I'm putting my artist to the side and not caring about him. We discuss things, and we understand what's best for him and what's best for me right now. And so we're gonna reach that road, and it's coming soon. It's not like it's gonna be something very long and delayed. I'm ready to do that. I just want to get this off because I'm in such a creative space right now, and I have the quality of stuff that I have, and I have so much control of of my content because I do everything. So it's just like I have complete control, complete creative control of what I do, of of what I release. The music videos, overall everything. So I'm doing this rollout for what do I got? Like I said, I did the 929.92, which I was actually gonna 929.92 was gonna be my last album. Actually, that's really what it was supposed to be, and so I started recording once I got back from Chicago. I wasn't even that motivated to record anymore because I saw so much potential in Sosa Four Times, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna completely devote everything to him, really, at this point. And then it was like seeing how things were played out. It was like the decision was we were gonna wait anyway because we wanted to do what was best for him as far as the quality of the music videos and get everything situated. But then I was just recording. Like I just started recording, and I started just hitting on songs. And it was like I've never had this streak of songs where I've liked and enjoyed so many of the songs that I've been making. Like the other one that it was Right Back. So Right Back was like the third one. It was Tucked, Miracle, and then once I came back from Chicago, there was like other songs that like where I was like, wow, okay, I'm starting like I would here and there, and I was like kind of getting a feel for it. But then I was like, there was also a point where I was like, I'm not really seeing anything anymore. So it was like kind of like dead to me. I was like, all right, whatever, I don't even care. Like if I'm not haven't progressed to the point where I enjoy the music anymore and I think it's any good, then I won't even do it. So that's where I was, and I was okay with that. I was content. I was like, okay, I just won't do it anymore. I don't care. But it's just strange how things happen. It's like, once you think you're out, it pulls you right back in. So I got pulled back in, and right now I'm knee deep in it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm knee deep, and I've never been this invested in it before. I'm entirely invested as far as money goes, as far as time goes, energy, and just creativity. It's just complete. It's consumed me completely, and I'm just just obsessed. I'm obsessed with it, and that's how you have to be. If I wasn't, then I wouldn't want to do it. I wouldn't do what I do if I didn't really enjoy it, and that's the other thing about it. So once I don't enjoy it anymore, I don't think it's good quality. I won't even entertain it. But now it's just seems like this is the direction where I'm being led. So yeah, I'm just continuing that up to this point, and it's been like I'm not even like really blowing smoke. That's why I'm kind of like was excited to even do this live because I'm so satisfied with what I have right now to where it's like it doesn't even matter to me if there's one person, two people in the chat or doing anything because to me this is kind of just documentation, just documenting this, and this is really all my energy, my time, and my energy. What I've done and been doing, and so what I did was I released 9/29/92. So 9/29/92 was, like I said, it's my birthday. So to me, I actually put it in the cover of 9/29/92 is tombstones. So in a sense, I was kind of like thinking maybe it meant like it's a death of my pursuit of music or something. But then I also start thinking like it could be like a rebirth, a resurrection of my music career in a sense because it's coming from the birth is coming from out the dead because it seemed like it would be dead to me, and it was probably dead to me to a certain extent. But then yeah, I mean I got then I released 9/29/92 and I was bumping 9/29/92. I still go back to it, and to me it was really just my favorite personally up to that point, up to 9/29/92. Well, actually, even now, I think it's my best work as far as overall project. The first six songs, I mean, just a solid six songs, and the other three songs are really just as important. That's why they are on the album because the six songs are all like we're fresh. And what I love about it is those six songs, the first six songs, they were all recorded like 2 weeks before I actually dropped 9/29/92. But the other three songs were the songs that helped and gave me the motivation to continue the pursuit of the music. Yeah, and then so 9/29/92, and I was pushing it, and I just got so much going on. Like I'm not really gonna say too much because it's like today. That's why game time's tonight. But I've been doing so much, like just releasing. I have never promoted my music this much. I've never put this much energy into just the promotion itself, and that is because I wouldn't even think before that the quality was really there anymore. I never was like, okay, this song is good, and then it's going to. Whereas I have so many songs where I'm like, okay, if it's not this one, then it could be this one. So, and I'm like, if I mean, even if it comes to a point where it's none of them, I'm like, I don't get it. I don't get it anymore because I know that one at least one somebody will like at least one of my songs. If you're involved in the current sound of like hip hop or even hip hop ever in general, or hip hop, rap, the trap, and I incorporate all different genres into my music. So it's just like a sound. I just go for sounds. Like what I think I like, a sound that I would like, what I think sounds cool to me. It is what it is. That's what it's all about to me. It just like sounds. I don't know. It sounds cool. I like it. Especially Game Time. I could go on and on about Game Time. Like Game Time to me is just, uh, it just was like, I don't even know. Like once I heard it, I was like, this song just sounds so sick. Like the beat was kind of like not like the beat wasn't like basic. Um, I guess it just was like a good beat, and I don't know. It was just one of those moments where that's the thing people don't understand, or like some artists, like it's just like a matter of the beat. It's like the one thing I said before was like it's a matter of me meeting the beat. That's all it is. When I meet that beat, it's when the magic happens. It's me. That's why some people like will, that's like a really uh, profound thing to say though too. Like when I meet the beat, because even like a person that makes his own beats, every beat that he makes isn't like that beat. So he didn't meet that beat. But when he does meet the beat, when he finally makes the beat, he's still meeting the beat. It still took him whatever he did to get to the beat. So you meet the beat. That's what I do. Like to meet the beat. Like that's to me that's a crazy quote. To even like for any artist to really understand that and comprehend it, even like me, when I hear it, I was like, and I'm the one that said it. Meet the beat. When you meet the beat, you know, I don't know. There's nothing like to really like explain that. It's just a matter of. It's kind of like predestined. It's like okay, like when we'll say when Eminem met Dr. Dre or something like that, when 50 Cent met Dr. Dre, or he met that when 50 Cent, when uh, in the club, when 50 Cent met in the club, those two beats, it was just that marriage, the marriage of the artist and the instrument, the artist and the instrument coming together, and that's where the magic is. And I'm grateful that I got to experience the magic. Really, that's really what it is to me when I really feel that, and that's what drives me to continue to make this music. Is just that the magic, and what the music had did for me when I was younger, and that's the main thing about for me what music was. It was just like helped me through a lot of hard times and through a lot of problems that I had when I was younger. And it was never like I was never like a young kid aspiring to be a rapper. That's a weird thing. It's like there's a lot of like kids nowadays that aspire to be rappers. I was never even that kid. I wasn't that like I didn't like I loved music and I was like listening to it all the time, but I never thought that I would be a rapper. I would never like that thought never occurred to me. Never until like yeah, I don't know. I never like thought of that. I feel like I never thought that I would actually like want to be a rapper. And to say it, it's not like I would like, oh, do you want to be a rapper? Or like I want it. And it's not like saying I want to be a rapper now. It's just I am a rapper. I mean, that's just true. It's just true what it is. I just like am. I've become a rapper. I've done everything that a rapper does. I rapped and rapped and rapped and rapped. I've wrote and wrote and wrote. I have notebooks full of songs. I've wrote songs. I'm not even just a rapper though. I don't consider myself a rapper. Not to say like some people like I know that one kid Tommy Richmond or whatever. He got a lot of bad press because he said that he was an artist. But I understand the difference. Like there is a big difference between okay, he's a rapper and an artist because a rapper just he rhymes. A rapper is more of a rhyme. A rhymer. There's battle rappers. There's regular rappers. There's a bunch of different types of rappers. So it's not just like oh he's just a rapper because there's different types of rappers. I mean we'll talk about like Meek Mill and he's a battle rapper and he became like a fairly good songwriter to a certain. I mean he has a lot of projects that I enjoyed. I enjoyed the first 3 Dream Chasers. I love those mixtapes. But then you got Eminem. I guess he was like, he was a battle rapper, but he became more of an artist. But then again, so that's the thing. So he was an artist, and then you have like DMX. I guess a lot of the rappers did come up as battle rappers when you think about them. I mean, a lot of the actual like raw rappers, really in a sense, were battle rappers. But, then you have the other types of rappers, artists/artists. Well, you got like Post Malone. I wouldn't consider him a rapper. But he's more of a an artist, singer, and I'm not a battle rapper. I know that, and I don't try to act like I am. Like to ask me to freestyle and stuff like that. Like okay, if I do freestyle, it's going to be something that I probably wrote because I know that if I were to freestyle off the top, it just would be lame and it would be nothing of substance. So to me, it doesn't make sense to even do that or entertain it where I know it's just not. Or I could lie to you and be like, I'll spit something. Yeah, it was off the top. You could always say that. And it's easy to do and easy to say. That's why there's like a lot of magic tricks. There's a lot of behind the scenes things that we don't really know about. Then what? Anyway, so then 9/29/92, I released that. And yeah, that just really kind of was opening up a can of worms with me. Because once I released 9/29/92, I knew that I couldn't like really stop. Because I just like struck something that I never did before. It was like a new sound to me. It was a whole new sound, like even like, but it was like not that it was just a new sound, but it was also like making songs that I wanted to hear too. And I was seeing influences from artists that had influencing me, who had influenced me, and I was able to actually accurately display it on the mic and to personify it as well. So it was like I took something that I saw. It was like the influence. It was kind of like okay, like 50 Cent and Pop Smoke. Like that's what I liked when like what really like struck me about Pop Smoke was the last song when I listened to when I listened to Meet the Woo 1, which blew me away. Meet the Woo 1 was, and I listened to Welcome to the Party, and I was like, okay, it sounded like to me, Welcome to the Party just sounded like a UK drill song. So I didn't really see, and it was catchy and it was cool and I liked it, Welcome to the Party, but I was like, I just see it as like somebody from America doing what the UK drill was doing. But then once I actually listened to Meet the Woo, I was like, wow, I could see. I just saw it. He was definitely different, and it was a whole new sound and sound. I loved it. And then once I got to the end of the Meet the Woo, is the PTSD song, and when you hear the PTSD song, you can clearly hear the. For some reason, it just reminded me of 50 Cent, but I was like, he's not even like biting. Like it's not even like he's like biting. It's because it just sounded so cool. It's like didn't even matter. Even if he was biting, it was just dope to me but you could hear the influence, and it was a good influence. It wasn't like a corny knockoff influence. It was an influence that he used, but with his own swagger too, and it just made it just 10 times cooler. And from then on, I was just Pop Smoke fan for sure until he passed away, which was untimely and very sad, and a shame because he was creating a whole new sound. It was great. Um, yeah, and once so 9/29/92, I released that, and that was the beginning really of now. It's going to be a run. I'm going on a run right now. I'm going on a mixtape run. I just released, like, this is like the work ethic. Um, I released 9/29/92, which was a 9-track. I consider it an album. To me, it's an album because of the quality. And then the thought came to my mind that I'm going to release a mixtape. Yeah, so then I was like, okay, so I got the 9/29/92. So I released that, and then I was like, okay, I got more motivation, and I was like, let me just kind of keep going. And to be honest with you, 9/29/92, I was in a really dark place when I recorded it. I wasn't in a good place, and that is kind of just from when the best music comes out, and when I've always been in other times when I was in a bad place, I never really was able to take it, my feelings, and take that experience and put it into the music. I would always like do it in another way. And I'm so glad that I was able to take that energy and put it into something, and now I can like just see it and revisit it, and it's something that I have. Hopefully I could use it for the rest of my life. Yes, and then I released, so that was literally on September 29th, I released 9/29/92. And I had songs that were promoted through 9/29/92 were, what was it? It was Right Back. Yeah, Right Back and Double R Intro, which also I got a music video for Double R Intro. I got a music video for, what the heck's this? Now I got the music video for Gametime, which is coming out tonight at 12. Which I also had another video for Gametime, which I did, but I was like, that doesn't do it justice because Gametime was to me, it's one of my favorite songs. It's literally like a party anthem. I don't know. It's just, to me, I could just see it like being at a party or being at a club, and it just going crazy. It's just like one of those, like, they're just ready to go do something crazy. And so Gametime, so Double R Intro got a music video. I did that one. That was a really cool video because I got actually some dudes, Rough Riders dudes. I actually ended up meeting them, and that's what really inspired the Double R Intro because I started hanging out with this Rough Rider guy, and a really cool guy. And he brought me around them a little bit, so that was pretty sick. And I was fortunate enough where I got the footage, so that was really cool to get to do that. And that's kind of what also gave me inspiration to continue with the music videos, because my music videos, again, kind of similar with the music. I was like, this isn't gonna cut it. I'm better off not releasing any music videos at all. But then I started dabbling with it more and more, and it started improving. And then I'm like, now I'm like at the point where I know what I'm doing with the videos now. I'm doing pretty good with them, getting a good quality, getting 4K. I know how to like play with it on the computer. That was a problem before. It's like the 4K, like running on the computer, is it'll start slowing down if you don't do it right. If you don't proxy the files, then it's just gonna lag. And to me, that's like one of the most annoying things when you're sitting there trying to edit a music video and you got it lagging. It just takes away your motivation. You don't even want to do it no more. So then, okay, so then like I said, I got double R intro. I did the music video for. I did the music. Well, Game Time is coming out tonight, so that's not even done yet. But I already had Tucked. I had that video, and that was really the beginning of like, okay, the music video. I liked it, and some people they kind of shit on it a little bit, but that comes with it. But I mean, in compared to like a lot of people's videos, it isn't a good video. But that's the thing. I'm looking at like in comparison to all my videos, and to me at that time, it was the best video that I came out with. I mean, and that's how I judge everything I've made. It's like, okay, is it better? Because I know that I'm not at a point where I can put it against like a actual super professional. So I compare it to my own music videos at that time. And now I'm getting to the point where I'm like, okay, this is good. And it's also becoming like my own signature type of video now too, because I don't want to like, oh, that looks like Lyrical Lemonade, or you don't want to like try to be biting off. That's what it all is. It's all art. It's like music videos are art. It's just like making movies. That's why to me, but it's the cohesiveness of the music and the video is an art in itself too. Because you could have a cool video, but it doesn't match the music. So that's why I like to have it like to where they mesh together. You could get the vibe from it. And that's, I don't know. And that's, I just, something that gave me motivation to do that. And so I had that, and then I had Miracle, and I did the video for Miracle. Well, Miracle was kind of cool. I kind of liked because I did like 3 different versions of Miracle, actually. I did the first one, and the last one was kind of like a rush job. It wasn't like anything. I just kind of threw some effects on it. It wasn't really nothing. But the first and the second version of Miracle, it was interesting. It was like just a raw, just throw the camera around and make a day of it, and it was cool. I enjoyed it. I still liked it, and Miracle gave me that motivation too. That's why it was, to me, it was a miracle that I came up with a song at the time. That's why I named it that, and it was just like I came up with a song that really hit home with me and in the video, and I was like, to me at the time, sometimes you get in your music and you're like, wow, this is like the one or something, and you always like sometimes think that, and in a sense it was the one. It was the one that is leading me to the next one. And yeah, so I'm just leading to the next one and leading me to all these other ones. But I got some in the stash. I really do. I'm not gonna lie. That's why I'm going out with a bang. Because everything I got now is, I'm like, if none of these pop off, or people don't think that none of these are hot, then I don't know what to tell you, because I gave it everything I had plus some. And to me, they're hot anyway. So I listen to them because I listen to them. So not just hot because I listened to them, because I had made music before where I didn't listen to it all the time. And there's stuff I legitimately 9/29/92. I listened to that album every single day for a month. I can honestly say that was the only album that I listened to for a month. Not even lying. Every single day, like in the morning, just ran it through, and then run it back, and then run it back. I enjoyed the sound, and I know the effort and the time that got put into it, and the sound to me was fresh. It wasn't like old. It didn't sound like, it just sounded new and fresh, and it was music that I wanted to hear. And it was, to me, my music has that feeling in it. You get that, it's not just like a bunch of, sounds and stuff. It's actual like feeling. Like I put my feelings into it. I try to, and and the music that doesn't have it in it, even my own music, it just, I could tell right away. It's like, okay, it's just me going through another take. There's nothing. I'm not feeling nothing right now, or it's just me doing a rep. So that's why right now I'm just keep going forward, and I got so much to do. I got so much to do. It's not even funny. See, I'm here. I'm on for 45 minutes now, and I could keep going because there's just so much to talk about, and I'm not even like a third of the way done. But I don't know. I'm gonna release this. That's why I'm just gonna keep my head down, and this is just really the beginning of. This is the beginning. I mean, it's not even like It's just I got so much work. It's not even funny. I got stuff that I'm just got it like everything. Like this is just so thought through. The plan that I have is just it just makes I just think about it because it's kind of like blows me away. All the effort and the time, like, and how satisfied I am with what I got. Like if I once I'm done with doing what I'm doing, I could really walk away from this and be like, I'm good. I'm good because I it's like I got what I wanted finally. Um, I got that. I finally found it, and I struck it, and it was like I was trying to find. There's so many things I was trying to find. I was trying to find the style, or I was trying to find a flow. Like how the heck do you even find a flow? And I remember the first time that I actually like I was taught like how to like flow. That's the other thing. Like I didn't even understand it. Like I just didn't. I don't know. That's why, because I never thought about. It. I never thought about like you. I thought, okay, you write something and then you put it to a beat, but then I never thought you gotta like follow a certain pattern, or you have to be on time with the beat, and you gotta like, and it's just like such as I don't know. Maybe some people, because I'm like let's say I'm like a overthinker. So maybe it's to somebody it sounds so simple, but to me I just like overthink everything. So I overthought overthought it, and that's where I feel like it took me all this time to get to where I am now because it was too simple maybe, but then I finally found it. But I'm like becoming I consider myself somewhat of a master, I would say. I mean, not complete master. I feel like this is not something that you can even completely master. That's what kind of like is kind of sucks about it too. It's like a chase too, because you're like, okay, when you think you finally found something, then it's like nope, need something else. There's something more and more and more. But there's also a level of satisfactory where I'm like, okay, I'm good now. I'm finally got to where I need to go, where all the basic things aren't there anymore. I don't need like to learn those things because I've done it time and time again. And then it's just become my own way. It's like I'm not going to change certain things that I do to fit in with the style anymore. I have I got my own style now. And I wouldn't want that any other way. I wouldn't want it like like me to like try to be emulating anybody and doing things I'm not. I like the style that I'm doing now. It's just got that feel to it, and I feel like my music ages like not like all my music, but the music that I'm making now, it's just like gets better. Like especially when I don't hear it for a while, and then I hear it again, I was like, man, I was going crazy. I was just going crazy, and to get as many like all the songs that I got now, and to like get ready to release them. Yeah, I'm just happy. It's just really, it's like a good place to be in. I'm just like that's like the most satisfying. Crazy thing is that's the most satisfying thing in my life right now is where I'm at with this music and what I have, and I really I cherish it. To me, I cherish it. I really cherish it. Um, I'm just grateful because there was times where I could have been in a position where I couldn't make music, and I was in positions. And that's what kind of like once I got out of jail in 2022, and there was one thing in my mind that I wanted to, and it wasn't like, okay, I got out of 2022 and that was the first time I ever pursued music. It was trial and error. Like, I've been doing music for a period of time. So it was just like, once I got out and I did like 2 years, a long stretch like that, I wanted to give it like one last crack, one last go. And I was like, let me just, and things just started unfolding. It was like, okay, then I started like dabbling in Pro Tools more, and I don't know, if it wouldn't have like unraveled the way that it did, I wouldn't even have been doing it anymore, but it just did, and I continued to pursue it. So this isn't like a overnight thing that I wanted to do, and all of a sudden it's coming together. This was like trial and error, and continued and tried, and and I've been tested to where it's like, okay, I could have just gave up and said, I don't even care about this stuff anymore or whatever, but I just had it in me for some reason. It's just been ingrained in me. Maybe I ingrained it in myself, or it was just put in me when I was younger. So I'm still pursuing it, and yeah, I'm really at the best part I could be right now. This is the part that I wanted to be at this whole time, and since 2022. So 2022, all those, how many songs I recorded since 2022? Hundreds of songs. Definitely, I could tell you hundreds of songs. Yep. And that's what it takes. I'd say that's what it takes. It takes 10,000 hours to like master something. I feel like I'm definitely close to it. I've done it for hours and hours and hours and I don't even know. Who knows? Who knows how many hours? But I did it and did it and did it. And it's like anything else to me. It's like a craft. And I just continue to hone it. It's like, okay, why are people still listen to Eminem? He's he's over 50 years old now. So there's a reason, because he mastered the craft. And they know that he's done it so long and, so many times that he's been able to develop into the complete artist that he's become. And I was speaking of Eminem anyway. I was just in Detroit, and that's the other thing. So I'm only gonna be on here for an hour, because I'm not gonna go. But I just figured this was kind of just breaking the ice, starting on the lives again, because I haven't, as you can see, if you see, I was on live back in, I think it was in like July or it was August. So, but the point of this live was just checking in and just getting back into it, doing the lives, and that's just a part of it now. It's like promo. It's like you're doing the lives, and to me, I didn't want to do the lives because it was like, okay, I'm just doing the music, but this is like a part of it now. It's become a part of the music, and I don't care. I don't mind talking about it because it's something that I'm passionate about anyway. But as far as like some artists, they just want to keep that mystique, and which I understand that too. But right now, I'm at the point where it doesn't matter to me anymore. I just am who I am, and I'm just, I'm on this path, this pursuit, and whether it happens or not, it's it's okay with me. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna do everything to where I was like, okay, I don't go back and I'm like, oh, I wish I would have went on lives. If I would have went on lives, and things would have been differently. But regardless, we got Fagutio Studios. So Fagutio Studios official. It ain't no This ain't no make dope stuff. This ain't no like run of the mill crap. We're doing everything official over here. It's Figuccio Studios. Figuccio Studios official LLC. Got the paperwork. That's official. That's been official since August. So, at that point, Figuccio Studios is going to be all right. I got a feeling about that, no matter what. So I started that. And, that's also, I use Figuccio Studios as an honor of, my, I really like an influence, I would say, would be grandfather, Albert Figuccio, who I never got to meet him, but heard the stories about him. So, in a sense, he's kind of like a legend to me. He was in the world wars and, just, one of those hardworking American or people that, started off from nothing to me, like an inspiration. And the guys that really had to work to get everything that they, had accumulated through their life. So those to me are the real heroes. So that's really like an inspiration to me, and that was the inspiration of Figuccio Studios. Also, my father as well. Another hardworking individual. So the last name to me means a lot, and personally, it's a cool last name. I don't care what anybody says. So that's why Figuccio Studios. It rhymes. I like it. And for what it stands for, it's just the name, the name Figuccio. And Figuccio, Sicilians is, Sicilians has been like involved. The mob's been involved in music and stuff like that too. So it all plays a part. Um, so up to that point, I'm just gonna continue pushing it. We got Game Time. Game Time's coming out tonight. The video. Oh man, Game Time's just hitting crazy. Like, I don't know. To me, that thing hits. That John hits. Game Time hits. I'm not gonna lie. That thing. Every time I hear it, that thing. It's just like one of them songs. I don't know. Game Time's coming out. Yeah, I just mixed it again. I mixed that song so many times because it's hard also to get like the proper, complete mix. And I do that myself. That's why the engineers, they don't get enough credit. They really don't. Shout out to Hitta from Chicago. He really sauced up some of Sosa tracks. So yeah, Hitta. Shout out to Hitta and MV Studios actually. Yeah, we're really things are coming together. We're just gonna keep pushing. We got that. We got Dawn of the Dawn 3 just came out too. Yeah, I could. That's what I'm saying. I could go on. I only stopped at 929.92, which 929.92. Not that it's even old. I just dropped 929.92 in the end of September, and then I dropped. I dropped Dawn of the Dawn 3 on Halloween. That was just 2 weeks ago. Oh no, 3 weeks ago now, but still, that's 2 projects in 1 month. Yeah, 2 projects in 1 month, and we got just music videos. Music videos are coming out. We got so much to come. So much work that's been done, but it's not gonna be. It's not gonna like just throw everything out there now. It's time. It's done methodically. It's been methodically. There's thought into this, and there's a way to do it, and there's a way that I want to present it because this isn't just some bullshit to me. This ain't no bullshit. That I just slapped together some bullshit. And let me just throw it out. I just did this. To me, this is shit that I've slaved for, worked for, and put my heart and soul into this. professional play, and it's to me, it's serious to me. I invest time out and just upload shit, and everything I do is official, and like for the most part, it's by the book. Um, yeah. Up to this point, that's all I really got to say. There's a lot coming out, but check out Game Time. It's coming, dropping at 12 o'clock tonight. Game Time official video. It's Figuccio that Don Figuccio Studios out.